it's a you're not just you're not just a body. You're not just dating a body. You're just like
No, you're dating you're dating a consciousness.
Yeah, you're
Because really,
literally
we're not like I saw a meme that said we're like we're bone mech suits with meat armor piloted by a brain. Like you're not your body, you're the brain inside the bone mech suit that's covered in meat armor.
I'd say that the most base of the physical existence is your nervous system, right? Your nerves are piloting all this stuff. The skeleton's the skeleton is the structure.
It's the mech suit.
It's the mech suit. You're literally
wrapped in meat armor, dude.
Totally. And then it's like, then you go one step further. You're like, your brain is still even encasing. Your brain is still outside. People go, well, it's inside of me. No, it's inside of you, bro.
Right.
Your brain's outside of you. Your brain, you can, if you really wanted to.
I know what you mean.
You could cut your head open, the spot that didn't turn off your eyeballs. Pull out your brain and see your brain. It's outside. Like, who is seeing the brain?
Like I'm the thing in here. It's so weird. Like when you're like, that's one of the reasons why being on mushrooms, like looking in the mirror is so.
Are we on mushrooms?
Not yet. Is so intense because like. I remember the first time, like that's when I first had this like kind of realization. I was like staring at myself and I was just like,
yeah,
this is me. Because it's what I've seen for my entire life. But this isn't really me. This is just the thing I'm inside of.
Yeah. I want to share my most intense moment. And then I want you to share yours too. Because, for the first time.
This was like your hero dose?
Yeah. But I've done them multiple times, and had some very profound experiences.
Yeah.
With friends, Alan and I, like all the, our whole band went out, we were doing our thing in the desert.
My hero dose was probably like my fifth time.
But when I did the most, I did like the Terrence McKenna thing. Where Terrence, I don't know if you know who Terrence McKenna is. Oh, dude, I'll send you Terrence. He's like, I will send Terrence, and then next time we meet, we'll maybe talk about Terrence a little bit. But so Terrence would suggest, he says the best way to do it is by yourself in your room. He's like, you'll never know yourself until you're alone in your bedroom on 5 grams of mushrooms. He's like, do it and then tell me, like, what, like, do it and then, and then reconsider what's going on in your life, So okay, I felt ready for that. I felt that's something you got to feel ready for. If you don't like feel like, dang, yeah, I want to do that.
Yeah, it's probably not.
Don't do it. It's probably not. You're probably not ready for it.
Probably not good idea.
So I was like, I was ready for it. I was like, cool. Like I want to know. Like I've always been a curious person. I've always been why. Why has always been the most important question to me, even though socially it's not. It's not the best question all the time, but it is the most important. And I've always just seeked that out deep down. When I allow myself to be myself, I'm always I'm seeking it. So I go, okay, I'm ready for this. Let's do it. So I do a little over an eighth. I didn't do quite 5 grams. I'm eating these big motherfuckers. I mean, they look like, my fingers, and I'm eating I'm on my 4th one. I'm like, dang, like I'm measuring them out. I'm like, are you sure? Like, I was talking to myself, like, are you sure? Like, hey, here we go. It's like, it's the Kobe thing. Like, yeah, I said I was going to do this. We're doing it, So clunk, And I'm expecting to just, I mean, I'm just chilling with Luna, you know, and I'm expecting the craziest shit ever, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting there and I'm like feeling like I should take more, you know, because I'm like,
Probably not a good idea.
I don't really feel a lot, you know,
They're not instant.
but I'm smarter than that. Well, not right away.
They're
I'm
not
talking,
instant.
I'm talking about like after 30 minutes.
No,
Usually,
I know, but
like,
they're
'cause-
not instant.
No, they're not.
They're
No, they're
not. They're not 30 minutes instant.
No,
they're
they're
not
not.
an hour instant.
No,
they
yeah.
are waves.
What? This is the first time doing it alone too, because usually it's with people, and then when you're with other people,
Yeah, you can talk to
usually
each other about it.
you can talk, but usually that 30-minute, 40-minute mark when they start digesting, you kind of get like giddy, and you kind of like
you're
you
like
kind
having
of
fun with
both
your friends. It's
you
different.
both know, or like whoever's there like kind of knows they're like getting going, so you're like laughing. It becomes very euphoric, you know, and you're like you're laughing because you're laughing. You know, and then it starts, and then you're like, all right, I need to go like sit down, or I need to go, you know, do my thing or whatever. By myself, there was no like euphoric moment. It was just like, is this gonna like hit me? And then it slowly it was like a slow onset of like, okay. Kept expecting to like launch. Took a pretty decent amount. I went nowhere, and I realized after the fact, in hindsight, that this was where the work was. Like, if your work is here, physical in your life, like there's no need, because the mushrooms always give you what you need. That's the best part about them, is like they literally reveal to you what you need to sort out. And so I'm like, okay, shit. So I get butt ass naked. I'm naked in my room alone. And I do that. I like literally like, I need to see myself. So I go into my bathroom, look in the mirror. I looked at myself in the eyes for 20 minutes, butt ass naked. Just like, whoa, like I'm really in this motherfucker right now. Like that's, like you said, like I think that's the basis of that experience, is like you're connected, truly connected to what's going on.